Oh, jeez, why does it still make that noise? I need to figure out. I need to rebind my screenshot button. But other than that, welcome to Kerbal Space Program. After one of my favorite Kerbal Space Program videos on a glitch that I found, or wait, no, was it on that? Yeah, I think it was, and I launched a propeller plane to go check it out. Well, I decided that I should make a bunch of other propeller planes. So I did. And I'm going to be showing those off. Now, this is my smallest propeller plane, and it's the one that I'm the most proud of. While a Kerbal can sit in this seat, I haven't actually gotten any Kerbals ready. So, just imagine one here, because I am not the most prepared person in the world. So watch. To prepare this plane, we hold Alt-E with the propeller. Like, well, you'd hold Alt-E or Alt-Q for pretty much any propeller plane. And there. Then we switch back, we switch back to this, enable SAS, and bam, now we have a propeller. Oh, I'm not very enthusiastic today. I keep saying I need to work on my enthusiasm, but I never do. Alright, but as you can see, it flies. And the reason this is the one I'm most proud of is because all of my other propeller planes use the same engine design. This is the only unique one. Right? All the other ones use the same base engine design. This is my unique, one-of-a-kind propeller plane. And how I love this little thing. Like, sort of phases in Kerbal Space Program, right? I started out, I just made planes. Then I started making rockets. Then after I got bored of rockets, I started doing SSTOs. And when I got bored of SSTOs, I started doing propellers and hinges. And they are the most wonderful things. Like, seriously, this is just so fun. Because, like, geez, back when people wanted the devs to add propellers to this game, like, as stock parts, well, now the community has figured, hey, you know what? Since the devs aren't adding propellers, let's just make our own. And for that reason, I hope the devs don't add propellers, because making custom ones like this is so much more fun than just downloading a mod and putting them on. Like, actually having to build the propellers, right? If you want to see people who are true experts at this, go visit the YouTube channels of people like Squiddy and David Nielsen. They're like the heads on propellers right now. And if you want to see someone else who does amazing things with turbines and hinges, geez, go find like Stratton Blitz 75 or whatever he's called. He is just awesome. I base most of my propeller designs off of theirs because these things are just awesome. Like the TWR on this, sure, it's not great. It's not greater than 1, but like, I mean, back when people first started making stock propellers, they were powered by engines, and they barely got the TWR to lift something off the ground. Nowadays, we have things that are so impossibly light that it doesn't even matter. Like, I mean, just look at what I did. Like, this thing is a barnstormer, right? It's a completely stock propeller-based barnstormer. Like, it's just awesome. Alright, now that I have my monologue done with, time to go to the next plane. Alright, now we get into my only cockpit-based propeller plane, and this thing is pretty cool. Alright, like, I have a really fun story to tell about this one, but before we do that, let's get it flying. Since we saw the startup sequence with the mini propeller plane, it's pretty much the same thing for this one. I'm just gonna cut through it. Okay, I've spun them up, so we go, and then we turn off the brakes. I really should have put counter-rotating propellers on this, so one of them rolled this way and the other one rolled this way, so that it didn't, like, yaw weird, but honestly, it's fine so far, so I'm just gonna keep it how it is. Like, alright, this is probably my fastest propeller plane. It can get up to 81 meters per second, and then the engines fail. It's also probably my most stable, although, that being said, if it rolls too heavily, it will stall. It also doesn't accelerate particularly quickly. Let's get some lights in. Alright, oh yeah, this shot is at night because reasons. But yeah. So it has very weak yaw. Yaw roll coupling is like bad, but pitch roll coupling is even worse. This thing has no maneuverability at all. It is way too wide. But it was more just a proof of concept of what can be done with my propellers. There are definitely better propeller engines out there, and by all means, if you intend on taking this video as inspiration, don't design propellers based on mine, look up a tutorial, because these things are very makeshifted together. Like, I looked at a couple tutorials and pretty much just figured it out, like, the rest on my own. I really shouldn't have done that, but I ended up doing it anyway, and they work okay. So, like, my next big project is probably going to be building a propeller tilt wing, like, dual hinge system, because that would just be awesome. So yeah, this thing I like to call. I give it the nickname the Stallmobile because it stalls like every 3 seconds, and also if you put it in time warp, the engines explode. So actually, let me see if I put the abort action group on this. Yeah, I did. It jettisons the engines in case you time warp and the engines fail, because that can actually blow off the cockpit. So I made an abort action group that'll jettison the engines so that you can then like force a landing. And now I use that on all my propeller planes that use flippin' shroud-based engines, or what are they called? Fairing-based engines. My abort action group throws off the shroud so that, yeah, you can jettison the engines. And the reason there's these floating RCS tanks here is they're actually attached to the main part of the ship. Go watch a flippin' propeller tutorial. They'll tell you why these are here. Alright, next ship. Okay, so I take it back. I forgot I made this propeller plane, but it also has a cockpit. I tried making a historical replica. It really sucks, but you might be able to get the gist of what this is based on the shape of the wings. This is a Spitfire, the World War II plane. And yes, I added these on to look like little guns on the side because I saw those in the photo. But, yeah. Alright. So, this is a more traditional propeller plane. It's bigger than the little Barnstormer, but it's also... But Barnstormers are smaller than the Spitfire in real life as well. So, I'll cut to when the engines are spun up here. Right, so the problem here is this plane is absurdly heavy for, like, these really weak propeller engines. But nonetheless, I'll show it off. It has a really bad TWR. The engine is nowhere near big enough, and it doesn't have, like, any power to it. Like, look. Alright, this thing is pathetic. This is the bare minimum for a propeller engine. But, alright, it does get into the air, and it does look semi-Spitfire-like. I'm not sure if I have my abort action group on this, but, like, it's an okay plane. It can fly. Like, I've seen worse Spitfire replicas than this that use the weird, like, reverse thrust engine in the front, so I'm okay with it. You pretty much just have to yaw this thing to turn. This is also probably the most realistic aircraft I have, because I've actually bound the control surfaces properly. Thankfully, this thing doesn't have the problem that the real Spitfires had, where when going upside down, the propeller wouldn't work. But, also, I can't test that because if you go upside down, it stalls and breaks. So yeah, definitely more form than function, and it isn't even that good at having form. So, next ship. So people who watch my previous KSP videos will know that this is the plane that I used to show off the weird glitch I found, and then go off on a really long side tangent. But, right, time to show it off. Alright, here we go. This thing is probably the third least maneuverable propeller plane I have, or the second best, if you want to put it another way. Because I believe I have I believe I have 4. This is the final one. Yeah, it gets better TWR than the others. Like, I don't think it's greater than 1 though. I'd be surprised if it is. Yeah, it's not greater than 1, it's not greater than 1, it's not greater than 1, it's not greater than 1. Oh, abort! Oh, I don't have the abort action grip for this one. Alright, well, like, if you want more action with this more drone-style one, go check out my random KSP video of randomness. It showcased this plane in better light. Jeez. Okay, welcome to my final propeller aircraft. This is the worst one. The worst. This is my helicopter. Get ready to see the most horrifying thing in your life. This thing barely lifts off the ground. It explodes every 3 seconds. And it is the most Kerbal aircraft I have ever made. Oh, fudge. That is not good. Yeah. Right. Yeah. There's one more thing to show that does use my hinge design. And it is better than this. Let's just put it at that. Do you remember how I showed my very early attempt at tilt engine aircraft that one time? This is my revised version. The tilt engine, not a tilt wing, but it still falls under the category of tilting thrust vector, so I'm counting it. And alright. It is capable of a vertical takeoff. Now watch, alright? It takes off completely vertically. Now, for those eagle-eyed viewers who I don't have, you'll notice that one of these turbofan engines wouldn't be enough to lift this craft. And you'd be right. These are 2 turbofan engines with a tiny bit of part clipping. But I don't consider part clipping cheating as long as you don't have the part clipping cheat enabled. I consider it as just putting on a reshaped part. So, you know what, I really shouldn't have to consider it. I mean, it's my YouTube video. But, alright, these will eventually join back together into one, where we can use it as a normal plane. This is probably the most seamless VTOL I've ever made. Like, it is amazing. Alright, it's not particularly maneuverable, but it's a tilt engine aircraft made by the most incapable gamer that you've ever seen on this website. So I consider it a success. Wouldn't you? That's a rhetorical question. Don't answer it. Oh boy, we've lost a landing gear. Oh boy, we lost a wing. Alright. Convert to VTOL mode. Do I have an action group for that? No, I don't. Alright. Undock. Fudge. Alright, come on. Come on. I wish I brought air brakes. Start slowing down. Come on, come on. We can land this. Or this is going to be the most dramatic landing. Ready? Here we go. Dun 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 dun. Okay, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Let's get some actual good music in here. Yeah, look at that. Never mind, that didn't work. Well, that's disappointing. Come on, I had some, like, really cheesy, uncopyrighted action music ready, and it just didn't work. I'm severely disappointed now. We're gonna make this disappointed dramatic landing time. Alright? Come on, let's go. Alright, I even showed, like, oh! Okay, it started now. Dang it. Why is this thing so broken? It just fades in and out. Okay. Now watch this. We're gonna make the most cheap landing here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Right. We are headed straight for that. Ooh. Alright, come on. Do I have air brakes? Answer, no. Alright. Fudge. Here we go. Come on, we can do this. Okay, I'll admit, whoever made this music, it's actually kind of good. Kind of catchy. Okay, come on. 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 Yeah, that's right. I just landed. And this is the most Kerbal landing I've ever made. Oh! Jeez, can we get an instant replay on that? No, I don't think so. Oh, and the cheesy action music is still playing. Well, on that note, I think it is an excellent time to end the video. Let's get a quick EVA. See if Jib's okay. Alright, come on. Open up the hatch. There we go. Alright. That's it. Yes. Yes.